finally, the final flash of the final flash session, of the final session, of the final day. Jonathan is going to speak about UX, a subject dear to my heart. He is, unfortunately, a Brooklyn Nets fan, so he's feeling a bit low this morning since they lost last night, but I'm sure he's now super excited that he's got the honour of closing this session.
Thanks, Terry. And unlike the Nets, rather than running out of time in the last minute, I'm going to try to talk at twice the speed of a normal human to get this in under the wire. Most researchers still read e-journals on computers or printouts, but they're increasingly using devices to grab a citation, do a search, or go from an alert to a new article. Navigation is their top priority. They want as few taps as possible between themselves and the content. Compare these three views of a journal page from TNF Online, powered by Adapon's Literatum platform. Literatum is serving a unique layout that adapts for each device and the way it is used. How can publishers best deliver effective content layouts across devices? One approach is to make the web pages responsive. When content is accessed with devices of different screen sizes, the layout changes accordingly. Another approach is to serve an adaptive web page, customized for a specific device type, taking many factors into account: screen size, user controls like mouse, touch, and voice, and differences in activities, like whether users are more likely to be reading or searching. Raise your hand if you've heard of responsive design. There's a lot of buzz about responsive. Many of us are even using the term generically and incorrectly to mean optimized for mobile. A Google search generates over 60 million hits. Now raise your hand if you've heard of adaptive design. How about before I started this presentation? Not so much. A Google search generates less than 900,000 hits. So let's talk about what the difference is and why that's important. A responsive page adjusts on the fly when the browser is resized or when the page is delivered to a different screen size, which is called a viewport. A page targeting 4 viewports will include code for all 4. The code for unused viewports still needs to be delivered. Responsive style sheets get complicated when you have to present page elements in a different order on different devices. Scaling or cropping a full-size image to fit different viewports can cause resolution problems, and you always have to deliver a full image, which hits bandwidth and load time for the user. Progressive enhancement is a design approach that starts with the smallest page design and then adds more elements for larger viewports. Done well, a progressively enhanced responsive site can be very attractive, but thoughtfully building up from the mobile design to create the larger format pages takes time and a lot of planning. Progressive enhancement gets even more challenging when you come to scholarly publishing, where users prefer PDF or full text on a full screen. It's also hard to know what to focus on as your small screen starting point from out of the wide range of tools and information that we provide to the desktop user. Adapon primarily follows an adaptive approach, though we use responsive web design when appropriate. We design a different page template for each device. We write code that checks the device OS, the browser, and user preferences while we are serving the content. Then we serve only a version of the page that is adapted for all these factors. So let's compare. With adaptive design, information is pre-selected so that only the optimized assets are downloaded to the device. Responsive web design serves the same page everywhere, then uses media queries to detect the device. All assets are downloaded, regardless of whether they will be used. Adaptive design takes a streamlined, layered approach by detecting the type of device and its functionality, then changing the site's behavior accordingly. Responsive design takes a comprehensive approach, delivering all of the features that a mobile or tablet web browser can support. Adaptive pages load faster, and put simply, performance affects publishers' bottom line. On smartphones, the conversion rate drops by an extra 3.5% when users have to wait just 1 second. By the 3-second mark, half of users will have left your site completely. Designers may feel it's important to achieve the ideal design layout and feel fully capable of delivering a progressively enhanced responsive site, but we agree with the many experts who recommend prioritizing performance and user experience. Adapon's Literatum for mobile is a good example of the benefits of adaptive web design. Here we see the TOC chapter page and reference for the TNF journal New Zealand entomologist running on a tablet in Literatum for mobile. We recommend taking a pragmatic approach. This means using aspects of responsive web design or any other method when appropriate, and staying focused on helping publishers deliver the best possible experience to the end user. Our goal is to deliver a responsible web design mobile solution that takes into account the user's full range of needs, which include layout and styling, but go beyond just these visual attributes. Publishers have a choice. Think about the following. Are all device users getting the content that is best suited to their needs at the moment of access? Is there unnecessary content being delivered to any device users? Are you providing the right interaction for the user's input device? Is the user authenticated, recognized, and provided with feedback that is appropriate, whatever device is being used? Think about the needs of your user. Serving them is the responsible approach.